Hello everyone, my name is Brittany Vandekar. I am the Public Affairs Representative here at Roland Water District, and I wanted to do a little read along with our Wonderful World of Water Adventures with Wendy and Wally book. This is a special book that I actually got to co-write with a teacher from Roland Elementary, and along with the book there's also fun activities that your kids can participate in. So if you are interested in getting a copy of this, just reach out to us and we would be glad to send you a hard copy so your kids can enjoy it. All right? One spring day, dark gray clouds rolled in over the San Gabriel Mountains, sweeping towards the arid landscape of the Mojave Desert. Suddenly, millions of raindrops began to fall as the sky crackled and popped with thunder and lightning. Amongst these raindrops were two very special drops, Windy Waterwise and Willy Waterdrop. Woohoo! Screamed Windy. I love being a raindrop, added Wally. The two swirled and twirled with the millions of other raindrops and led them all to quench the thirst of the earth, which nourished the plants and filled the Colorado River that feeds into a maze of shimmering blue lakes. As Trevor, a desert tortoise, slurped up the refreshing gulp of water from the riverbank, he watched the raindrops fall to earth. He was lucky enough to meet Wendy and Wally, and a long-lasting friendship began. As a desert tortoise who came from the Mojave Desert and moved to Southern California, Trevor is a good source of water-wise ideas. Being raindrops, Wendy and Wally used their water-wise skills to create the perfect living habitat for Trevor. But as soon as he settled in, collected it, and called it home, a long period of time went by with little or no rain. This is called a drought, which made it very important for Southern California to save water. Water conservation is achievable when everyone does his or her part, said Trevor. That's what it means to be water smart. As it turns out, Trevor's desert habitat was full of excellent examples of drought-tolerant plants and animals that thrive in a dry and harsh environment. Come on, Trevor, said Wendy and Wally. Our neighbors need some water wisdom. They need ideas to help them promote water conservation. Let's stroll through the neighborhood and collect ideas and suggest ways to conserve a drop here and a drop there. So Trevor, Wendy, and Wally headed out into the neighborhood. What they saw was shocking. People everywhere continued to live as they always have. They used water as if it was an unlimited resource. Water wasters, thought Trevor. I wonder if Wendy and Wally have seen them before. As Trevor stretched his long neck and scanned the neighborhood, he saw broken sprinklers, water from lawns overflowing onto curbs and streets, neighbors washing their cars, and hoses running for no reason. Trevor wiped a tear away as he witnessed Wendy and Wally's droplet friends floating away. Trevor cringed at the thought of how much water was being wasted. He knew so much could be saved. There are wise ways for conserving water everywhere, he thought to himself. We always need reminders of how important it is to be water-wise. Trevor, Wendy, and Wally went on to inform others about important tips on saving water, like filling up the sink while washing dishes, turning off the water while brushing your teeth, and taking shorter showers. Another important part of water conservation is understanding how water is a part of a continuous cycle. It's called the water cycle, Trevor explained to Wendy and Wally. All water is a part of the water cycle. Water is moved from clouds to the ground, then back up to the clouds again. You both fall from the clouds as raindrop, which is known as precipitation. The temperature of the air determines the form of precipitation, water or ice. Both of you have traveled through the entire water cycle, said Trevor to Wendy and Wally. Now you're here with me on Earth, helping everyone to be more water wise. When you fall to the earth as snow, you end up on the mountains, Trevor continued. Eventually, the air in Earth warm, which makes the snow melt, turning it back into water. You can also run down the mountains towards the rivers, lakes, streams, and ocean, which is known as runoff. That's my favorite part of all, explained Wendy. Mine too, agreed Wally. Especially the waterfalls. We go so fast. The sun eventually heats up the water, turning it into vapor. The water vapor is known as evaporation, explains Trevor. All of the tiny molecules that are floating around start from the clouds, which begin to get wet and heavy. This is called condensation. Then the water cycle starts all over again. You and your water drop friends have changed back and forth from a solid, a liquid, and a gas throughout your lives, says Trevor. That's incredible, said Wendy. It sure is, said Trevor. Nothing else on Earth can do that. Something else I learned while I was doing my research, continued Trevor, was that water we drink today is the same water that dinosaurs drank a long, long time ago. Trevor explained more about the water cycle. It doesn't occur in all places with the same rate or abundance. As a result, we may experience a drought in one place and a flood in another. This affects the amount of fresh water that reaches our lakes, rivers, and streams. As the population increases, so does the demand for water. It's everyone's responsibility to share and use water wisely to support the health and well-being of all living things. Wendy and Wally enjoyed spreading the water conservation message. It's never too late to be water smart, they said. We all need to do our part to conserve this precious resource. They continued to identify more ways to reduce water usage. The WaterWise list grew. Wow, these are amazing ways we can conserve water, explained Trevor. Final touches were completed with the list, and they created a WaterWise flyer to give to everyone. They cheered with joy. Do your part, be water smart. Wendy and Wally strolled with Trevor back to their home. Trevor wandered cheerfully into his yard. He nibbled on a sweet flower, nestled up amidst the cool wild grasses and succulent cacti, and three of them reminisced about the great times they shared. In the end, each and every one of us can be a water conservationist. When everyone does his or her part, we are all water smart. That end. Now, if you guys want a hard copy, like I said, we have a great fun coloring activity, some word searches, a hands-on activity that you can go and act like a water molecule, and just some testing some of your vocabulary skills. We look forward to you enjoying this reading, and again, if you want a hard copy of The Wonderful World of Water, Adventures with Wendy and Wally, go ahead and reach out to us. Bye!